I'm ethnically Chinese but American by birth, a Chinese American. But what exactly is a Chinese American? Am I expected to speak fluent Chinese? Am I supposed to excel at math and become a lawyer, doctor, or an accountant? My friends suggest that I should take up Asian studies as a major in school, and I think they may be onto something.
There are more Asians in New York than ever before, more Asians in this country than ever before.
The majority of the world's population is Asian.
40% of the world population lives in China and India alone.
People that would say things like, oh, you speak English.
When you talk about Asian Americans, most people only think of Chinese or Koreans or Japanese.
That we do have presences in those parts of the world. So there's in the UN they have something called the Economic and Social Commissions, and there are several of them around the world. In East Asia, that's based in Bangkok. So there's an Economic and Social Commission there, and they focus on economic and social issues to do with the region.
Every time people talk about Asian Americans, they don't really include Indian Americans.
I happen to be of Chinese heritage. I'm the fourth generation of my family in the United States.
So she was like, I'm not Asian. And then when we came here to America, of course now her mindset has changed, but when we were first here for the first bit, she's like, they keep calling me Asian. I mean, why, I'm not like, I'm totally different to people who come from India. It's like we have a different culture.
Asian American students make up nearly 20% of the student body within CUNY.
We have 2 or 3 courses about Asia every semester, but I'm not sure that's really significant.
I named my major Japanese language and diplomacy because I really enjoy studying the language, but at the same time I like political science aspect of it. I like the cultural aspect of it, and I thought, how can I possibly put it together? It sounds like a East Asian regional studies thing, but I do want to become a diplomat one day.
People in every culture tend to see things through their own eyes.
As Americans, we don't understand how that other side of the world operates.
If you only know about your own culture, you might think that, oh, your way is the only way to do things.
It's important for students here at CUNY to know not only about Asians in New York and New York State, but to know about Asians globally. What happens in Asia is important to people here in New York.
So the aspects of Asian culture that interests me is actually their traditions as well as their history, to learn why they keep certain things to a higher standard than other things, why they do what they do.
And the more that we sort of interact and learn about each other, we can adopt things from one another, and we can sort of grow and become better and produce a better future.
For example, if you were to become a journalist, you may be able to focus on issues in the Asian American communities. You may be able to focus on issues that emanate in Asia but have an impact here.
It's important to have more Asian American journalists. It's important to have them on the street as TV reporters and at newspapers and on radio stations. We really need more reporters of all cultures and all races, because we need their voices and their intellect.
The United States is only 4% of the world population. You got 50% of the world population on the other side of the Pacific. You should know something about it.
I think that when we have Asian American studies, it's important for 2 reasons. One, because it gives Asian American students the opportunity to feel good and proud about their own heritage, culture, and where they come from. But also it educates non-Asian students about those cultures. And the more we can educate people on those things, I think the better off we are as a society.